it's your old pal, the Groovy Grave Robber here, and I realize that not everyone is an undead resurrectionist, so having access to skulls is kind of hard for some people. So let's take a look at replica skull models. I mean, we'll look at ones from $1, $20, all the way to $100. Let's compare them.
Starting off, we have the $1 skull from Dollar Tree. Now, naturally, it doesn't have this blood on it, but I use this as part of the scenery. So, it has these holes that I put in it and the blood on it. Very basic, just one piece of plastic. It has a little bit of details. But it's rather small. Here it is compared to a standard soda can. Up next we have the $5 skull. This one is too just made out of plastic, but instead of one molded piece, you can see where this one was attached together at the seam. This one has even less details than the dollar skull. Its teeth are a little bit better, more defined, but its eye sockets are a little worse, having this permanent scary face. The bottom just has an on and off switch and a base, because this one is a fire flicker light. And as you can see, it's bigger than the dollar skull. Next up, we have a $10 skull. And this one, just like the last one, was originally a form of a light. This one was a wax melter. But I took the cord and the bulb out of it and made it so it would just hold normal, regular burning candles. You can see that there's hardly any details on this one either. It's made out of a ceramic though, so it has a little bit better of a hue to it than the plastic. It has no top because that's where you would put a dish to like melt oil or wax. There's the bottom, just a standard flat bottom for it to stand up on. Resembles a Mayan or Aztec carved skull, so it has that going for it, but it really isn't that much of a representation of a real skull. There's its size compared to the soda can. Next up, we have the $20 skull, and it's the first of the skulls with a detachable jaw. We'll look at the jaw. The teeth are all carved out of one solid piece, with the back indentation, or lack thereof. The bottom just has this flat, like cut look to it. Doesn't resemble a real jaw. And since this is on the lower end of the pricing range, the jaw doesn't fit that well at the base of the skull. it's a little bit too big for it. So whenever you set it up, the jawbone kind of like sticks out towards the side. The skull in and of itself is decent, although not the best. The eye sockets do lead downwards, so there's actual holes in the eye sockets. The nose, though, and the sinuses, they just are blocked up. The hole for the spinal column and all the other sinuses don't exist. The orbitals are a little bit too thick for like a real orbital. There's some decent details, although this back is very strange. It looks like it's been cut, like whatever model skull or real skull that they used for the mold of this had been cut and put back together at one point. So there's very odd, just straight cut marks in the back. It's a little bit smaller than a real skull. But here's the size comparison to a soda can. Up next we have a $30 skull. And this skull has alchemical and occultic symbols carved into it. So it might not be the most accurate depiction. Its teeth, though, are different than the rest, where it has visible wear marks and missing teeth. Although the teeth are still made from the same material in one solid part. Again, the spinal column is plugged. There's no sinuses. And even this one, even the eye sockets don't fall through. It has good detailing on it, but at the same time, there's a maker's mark on the back, because this seems to be more of an art piece with the symbols on it. Since it's probably modeled from a real skull, it doesn't sit straight. It always wants to sit kind of crooked. But that's just because skulls are weird shapes. There it is compared to the soda can. Now we're up to a $40 skull. This one has a jaw. Again, the teeth are just carved out of one solid piece. There's not really detail separating the teeth too much. And the bottom, again, is flat, cut looking. But the back of this one has a little more indentations with a dentation. This one's eye sockets are open. But again, the nasal passages and the sinuses are not. The teeth kind of lose some detail right here at the front. But on the back, at least now, everything seems to almost be where it needs to, and it's not completely just all filled in and flat. Although the spinal column is still plugged, the orbitals are the right size, and at least there's like places for where the sinuses should be connected through. This is probably the best for your money's worth if you just want something that could pass, but you're not looking to spend too much. There it is compared to the soda can. Up next we have the $50 skull. This one is more or less a teaching tool. It's made out of PVC, so it's all plasticky. This one's jaw is attached by a spring, so you have to take off the spring to get the jaw off. But this jaw is probably the best out of all of them, even a little bit better than the $100 skull, because of how each of the teeth are made from something completely different. And you can see them actually forming and coming out of the jaw. The bottom of this jaw is right, like a real jaw should be. It's not cut. It has the natural curve to it. Finally, we have a skull that all of the holes are proper on it. The eye sockets open up, the sinuses open up, the spinal column opens up, and all the holes on the bottom where the sinuses are. All the detail is good. The only thing I say is that there's no hole where the ear should be. Ear holes are plugged, but that's about it. This one, since it is more of a teaching tool, opens up. The skull cap has some details on the inside where veins would be at. And you can see how the skull is formed on the inside. Because of the split in it, and because of how white and plasticky it is, it isn't very good of a prop, of a convincing skull prop, unless it was in some sort of like science scenario. Other than the material that it's made out of, it's really good. The jaws, though, have these plastic areas to sit into, so there's a snug fit. There it is compared to the soda can. And finally, we have the $100 skull. It's made out of a resin that resembles bone, and it has a bone texture to it. Unlike the last skull, which the teeth were made out of a different material and placed into it, these teeth are still carved from the same material, but it's a better job. There's a slight glossier finish on them to make them appear different, and you can see that each one is individually cut out. The bottom of it also, it's not cut. all of the sinuses and eye sockets open up in the right areas. And I like the detail of the deviated septum on this. Lots of skulls are too perfect, but each skull in real life is very different. So I like that detail. There's the bottom, spinal cord opened upright, the sinuses connected and opened upright. The detailing on it is good. And it has the right weight to it too. It has almost the exact same weight as a real human skull. There it is compared to the can of soda. Here it is compared to the $1 skull. And here it is compared to the $40 skull. And you can tell while the $40 skull is decent, the $100 skull is way more realistic when it comes down to it.